Much of the history of Algeria has taken place on the fertile coastal plain of North Africa, which is often called the Maghreb. North Africa served as a transit region for people moving towards Europe or the Middle East. Thus, the region's inhabitants have been influenced by populations from other areas, including the Carthaginians, Romans, and Vandals. The region was conquered by the Muslims in the early 8th century AD, but broke off from the Umayyad Caliphate after the Berber revolt of 740. During the Ottoman period, Algeria became an important state in the Mediterranean Sea, which led to many naval conflicts. The last significant events in the country's recent history have been the Algerian War and Algerian Civil War. Evidence of the early human occupation of Algeria is demonstrated by the discovery of 1.8 million-year-old Old Awan stone tools, found at Ain Hannock in 1992. In 1954, fossilized Homo erectus bones were discovered by C. R. Umborg at Ternafine, that are 700,000 years old. Neolithic civilization marked by animal domestication and subsistence agriculture developed in the Saharan and Mediterranean Maghreb between 6000 and 2000 BC. This type of economy, richly depicted in the Tosili Noja cave paintings in southeastern Algeria, predominated in the Maghreb until the Classical period. Numidia Berber, in Numidian 200 to 240 BC, was the ancient kingdom of the Numidians located in northwest Africa, initially comprising the territory that now makes up modern-day Algeria, but later expanding across what is today known as Tunisia, Libya, and some parts of Morocco. The polity was originally divided between the Masili in the east and the Mossasili in the west. During the Second Punic War 218-201 BC, Massinissa, king of the Masili, defeated Sifox of the Mossasili to unify Numidia into one kingdom. The kingdom began as a sovereign state and later alternated between being a Roman province and a Roman client state. Numidia, at its largest extent, was bordered by Mauritania to the west at the Moulouya River, Africa to the east also exercising control over Tripolitania, the Mediterranean Sea to the north, and the Sahara to the south. It was one of the first major states in the history of Algeria and the Berbers.
War with Romeo.
By 112 BC, Jugurtha resumed his war with Odherbol. He incurred the wrath of Rome in the process by killing some Roman businessmen who were aiding Odherbol. After a brief war with Rome, Jugurtha surrendered and received a highly favorable peace treaty, which raised suspicions of bribery once more. The local Roman commander was summoned to Rome to face corruption charges brought by his political rival Gaius Memmius. Jugurtha was also forced to come to Rome to testify against the Roman commander, where Jugurtha was completely discredited once his violent and ruthless past became widely known, and after he had been suspected of murdering a Numidian rival. War broke out between Numidia and the Roman Republic, under the command of the consul Quintus Cicellus Metellus Numidicus. The war dragged out into a long and seemingly endless campaign, as the Romans tried to defeat Jugurtha decisively. Frustrated at the apparent lack of action, Metellus' lieutenant Gaius Marius returned to Rome to seek election as consul. Marius was elected and then returned to Numidia to take control of the war. He sent his quaestor Sulla to neighboring Mauritania in order to eliminate their support for Jugurtha. With the help of Bocchus I of Mauritania, Sulla captured Jugurtha and brought the war to a conclusive end. Jugurtha was brought to Rome in chains and was placed in the Tullianum. Jugurtha was executed by the Romans in 100 BC, after being paraded through the streets in Gaius Marius' triumph.